Welcome to the Simon Poker YouTube channel. Today we're going to be putting out the first vlog. We're playing 10 cent, 20 cent cash game. It's a home game at Ira's house. Just having some fun with the boys. In the video I say like I bet 100 or I bet 200. That doesn't mean $100. It means like 100 chips, and for us each chip is worth 10 cents. So a 100 chip bet is $10 and 50 chip bet is 5. So I just want to give that heads up. Yeah, thanks for tuning in and enjoy the video. In this hand, we look at ace-10 offsuit, and so we think it's good enough to raise it to 7. We go ahead and get a call from Matt and also a call from Grant. Matt, big action play at the table, one of the first times playing poker. And Grant, kind of just a little tight fish over there, hoping to get some money from him. So the flop comes 10-6-6. So we get a 10. Grant decides to go out and lead here for 5. Interesting bet. Not really sure we put him on, but feeling we have the best hand, so we go ahead and raise it to 20. Matt thinks about it for a little bit. There is a flush draw out there, but we block it with ace of spades. Eventually, Matt folds, and Grant throws in a few more chips to call the 20. Now, the turn is an interesting card. It's the 4 hearts. Brings a second flush draw out there. We don't block it with any of the hearts. So when it checks to us, we decide to size up a little bit, bet 35. Grant decides to fold his hand. We look down and we see pocket 9s in middle position, so we're pretty hyped. Going to raise it up to 10. Want to play a bigger pot with these middle pairs, either set hunting or possibly some overcards, and Matt makes the call on the button. So everyone else folds out, and we're going to go to a flop heads up. In the flop comes Jack of Diamonds, 9 of Spades, Queen of Hearts. So we're pretty excited. We hit our set. Probably have the best hand right now, but there's a lot of straight draws out there. So we want to make sure to bet and get value from any hand that's drawing us, and Matt makes the call. The turn is now the 10 of Spades. Completes all the straights. An 8 or a king makes a straight now. It's not good for our particular hand, so we go ahead and check it over. Matt now decides that he's going to bet 25. Now, our particular hand, we think it's probably not good right now, but if we happen to boat up on the river, we think we could get max value from a king. And on the river, that happens as the board pairs, so we check it over to Matt, hoping that he's going to bet with his king and check raise him. He does. He goes and bets 50. So now we go with our plan. We think for a little bit, Hollywood, and then we decide to raise him 200 more. So Matt thinks for a little bit. I'm feeling pretty confident right now that I got the best hand. I'm rooting for a call. Matt asks for a count, and then he decides to put in the remaining chips for 200 total. I go ahead, flip over my hand, announce full house, but Matt flips over a better full house.
That was the worst card for me in the whole day.
That one stung a little, but nice hand, Matt.
Let's go, Matt.
We now raised to 7 with 3-4 spades, and then Ira 3-bets us in the cutoff. So our thought process here is we want that in equity from any type of holding, like an overpair with a diamond, or just any 2 high cards with a diamond, so we raised to 50. Ira goes in the tank for a little bit, and he decides on a re-raise to 100. Now, here's I think I make a mistake, as you can hear me say, oh, so basically you put me all in. When in fact that's not the case, as I have about 200, maybe 170 chips behind. So I could just call 50 here, look for a non-diamond turn, because the hands that he's raising 100 with are probably any sets, possibly any overpairs with a diamond, and of course, if he has any flush, this has his range also. So ultimately, we decide to just stick it in. Our thought process is trying to deny equity, but really we could just call it in the scene. If the diamond free turn shows us the ace-high flush, and we're drawing basically dead to runner straight flush with 3-4 spades. So lose a big one there. We look down to see premium, ace queen of clubs. So when I raise it to 12, we go with the re-raise up to 40. Now here, Ira announce.
I'll go all in.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it really is.
This play definitely puts me in a tough spot. We don't think Ira's necessarily doing this with too many hands. He's definitely doing it with ace king, aces, kings, queens, maybe jacks and tens. We also have seen him do this in past games. He's bluffed all in with ace jack. He's done it with ace 10 and some even lower pocket pairs. So he's a fairly aggressive player, and that makes a big impact on our decision. We also know that even if we are up against ace king, we have about 30% equity, so we decided to stick it in.
Ace king? I knew you had that. I think I'm like 30.
Oh, I ace jack. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
You're not gonna.
Oh!
Did you burn?
Oh!
Let's go!
I'm trying. Two kings. Let's go. Oh, I needed some luck, baby.
Oh,
I needed the luck.
So we suck out huge against Ira, pick up a nice pot to end the night. In total on the night, I think we ended up down about $49, but that's a lot better. If we lost that pot against Ira, we would have been down 80. So happy about that suck out. Got the luck on our side at the end there. And thank you guys for making all the way to the end of the vlog. I'm hoping to put out a new one maybe every week or so. That's how often I can get enough content. So I just want to thank you guys again and see you on the next one.